Friends, now let us understand one of the very important interview question. Okay, what is that means? Observe here. How many runtime stacks will be maintained by JVM at multi-thread application? Observe here. How many runtime stacks will be maintained by the JVM at multi-thread application. Getting at multi-thread application. Okay, simple thing. How many number of flows of execution? That is, thread means what? A flow of execution. Okay, a flow of execution. A flow of execution means thread. Thread means what? A flow of execution. How many number of flows of executions or how many number of threads are existing? That many number of runtime stacks will be maintained by our JVM. Observe here. Now take class A. Okay, public static void main. Okay, now how many threads are there here? Only one flow of execution. Thread means flow of execution. Only one flow of execution. So for one thread, one runtime stack. Now observe class A1, okay, which extends thread. Okay, public static void main. Okay, now public void run. Okay, now A1 new A1 dot start. Okay, now tell me how many threads are there in this application? How many threads are there in this application? Because of this, I created a thread and I started execution of new thread. So here you are having one flow of execution and here you are having other flow of execution. How many flows of execution here? Two flows of execution. Two flows of execution means two threads. Okay, two flows of execution, so two threads. How many runtime stacks now? Two runtime stacks. This is for T1, this is for T2, or else let it be for main thread and for thread 0. So observe here, how many runtime stacks? Okay, how many runtime stacks will be maintained by the JVM at multi-thread application? Means it is simply equals to number of flow of executions or number of threads. Okay, it is equal to number of flow of executions or other one is what? Or number of threads. Okay, number of threads. If you show this code to the interviewer, I am sure he will not accept with your answer. He wants the exact proof. Getting the exact proof. This doesn't even give exact meaning for you to understand. Such type of codes cannot give the proof for such type of questions, guys. Getting? We cannot prove those questions by using such simple coding techniques. Okay, now let's go and develop one application to prove that for each and every flow of execution there will be what? Separate runtime stacks. Okay, simple thing observe. Now observe here. So now let me take one small piece of code called as class A. Okay, now take one public static void main string array method. Observe, take one public static void main method. Now take here public void m1 method. Okay, take one public void m1 method. Now create object for class A. How to create object for class A? A new keyword new keyword or reserved word followed by constructor. Now can I call this m1 method here? Yes, a dot m1 method. Okay, a dot m1 method. Okay, now observe, I have proved how multi-threading application will have good performance thing at our earlier session, right? And we discussed there one thing. What is that? Within the class called thread, we are having one static method called as sleep long milliseconds throws interrupted exception, right? Throws or else leave it. No need to go for this one also. Okay, I want to explain that exception. Okay, leave it. Now observe, take one statement here to print. Okay, let it be int I equals to 1. Okay, while I is less than equals to 9. Okay, now print SOP of I plus plus nil. Okay, SOP of what? I plus plus nil. Observe here. Now take one array here itself, int array a1. Okay, a1 array, new int of 3. What happens because of this statement? Observe here, I have taken a class called A and one static main method. Within that method I have what? An array creation with that is primitive int array with 3 blocks creation. Okay, with 3 blocks creation, and I have created object for class A, and I have called one instance method by using object reference variable. What is that method? m1 method is having this logic. Observe here, if you do observe, you are having only one flow of execution, that is from top to bottom. Okay, now for one thread I said that it is equals to number of flow of executions or threads in your application. Okay, in your application. Okay, how many runtime stacks will be maintained by our JVM means it will be always equals to number of flow of executions or threads at our application. Now how many threads are there? Threads means flow of executions. How many flows of executions we are having? Only one. So only one runtime stack will be available. Okay, only one runtime stack will be available. This is runtime stack for this thread. Okay, now this main method will be loaded into the activation record. Observe here how exactly it executes. Okay, this is the main method and this code will be loaded here. What is this? Int array a1 array equals to new int array of 3 and a equals to new a dot m1. Observe this code, a dot m1. You are calling m1 method. Okay, a dot m1 method. Now m1 method code logic will be loading here, and this is called as one frame. This is called as one frame. At each and every frame you will have a particular method logic. Who will maintain all of these things? Our JVM. Our JVM will do all of these things. Okay, now M1 method logic will be loaded int I equals to 1 while I is less than equals to 9. SOP of what? I plus nil. That's it. Okay, now observe here. Now control is going to M1 method. Please friends observe, a small slight trick is there that will give that for multiple threads multiple runtime stacks are maintaining by JVM. Okay, simple trick to prove. Okay, observe. Now control is coming to M1 method. Now what is happening? At the console what we are going to see? 1 anil, 2 anil, 3 anil, like that till 9 you are going to see this one. Okay, after executing this method, this will be deleted from our stack. Okay, now there is no activation, I mean this frame record, I mean this frame is not available. Now from where the control has been jumped to this method? From this line called a.m1. That's why this code is executing. After executing that code, control will come here, right? Now observe, Mister, one small thing, because of this code, what is the memory representation by our JVM? Simple thing, observe, there will be one object. Okay, there will be one int array object. Okay, having 3 blocks where the starting index will be always 0 0 1 2. Observe here, 3 blocks, 3 is the size, 3 blocks, and it is referring with a1. Okay, initial zeros, default values will be the block data. Now SOP of a1 of 1, what is the answer? SOP of a1 of 1, 0 is the answer. SOP of 2, what is the answer? Still 0, because 1 index is available, that's why 0 at earlier case. Now 2, 0 is coming as output. Now observe. Now take here 3. Oh mister, where is this third index block? We don't have that third index block. One of the undefined activity code is this. This code is making JVM to perform one undefined activity. What is that? You are making JVM to go and access third index blocks. Do you have third index block here? No, there is no third index itself. Making JVM to execute undefined activity or making JVM to perform undefined activity. So what JVM will do you know? It will raise exception. Yes or no? I hope you are having knowledge in exception. Now what happens? Here you will have what? Runtime exception saying array index out of bounds exception. Okay, observe here, what is the output? 1 2 3 4 8 9. Later you are having exception in thread main java.lang. What is that friends? Array index out of bounds exception, out of range. What is that? 1. What is that? Out of range, sorry, 3. Out of range, we have used 3 only, right? 3. Okay, now observe what I have done here. I have taken one class. Okay, before that we are about to prove there will be runtime stacks maintaining by each and every flow of execution. That is, each runtime stack will be maintained for each and every flow of executions. That is, observe how many runtime stacks will be maintained by the JVM at multi-thread application. Simple thing, what's the answer? It is equal to number of flows of execution or threads, okay, at our application or in our application. If you are having single flow of execution or a single thread, then single runtime stack. If I have multiple, that is 2 threads, then 2 runtime stacks. We can tell simply, but how we have to prove that one? How can you prove? Important interview question. Definitely, if you go for product based companies, they will check your analysis skills at multi-threading. I am sure, friends. Okay, observe. To prove that, we are taking one code here. What is that code? I have taken one class A. Now what's happening? I have taken one main method. I created one array with size as 3, that is 3 blocks. Getting? So we know that each and every array in any programming language will have the index value starting from 0. Okay, now I have created object for class A. Now what I am doing? I am calling this method and I am writing one undefined activity related code. That is, that activity is what? Array out of bounds exception. Now observe how it will get execute. We are having only one flow of execution, that is one single thread. For that there will be one runtime stack maintained by our JVM. Okay, maintained by our JVM. Now observe here, this main method, how it executes means it will load this main method into a runtime stack frame. I think each and every entry is called as a frame in runtime stack. Entire code is loaded here. Main method related code is loaded here. Okay, now observe here. Okay, now because of this one at runtime, friends, this object, that is, even arrays are also objects at our Java. Okay, now so this one will be created at memory. Okay, now I created an object. Okay, think that we are having an object of class A. Okay, now it is referring with small a. Okay, now I'm calling a.m1 method by using reference variable. We have to call instance methods in this way only, right? Without this reference variable, it will give compile time error to us. Okay, now what happens? JVM, this thread should work m1 method, but where is m1 method within this class? It is available here. To execute that one also, it has to load into that into memory and put that code in activation frame. As a frame, it has to put in runtime stack. This is called as frame or else activation record, single record, activation single record. Okay, what is this? Activation single record. Okay, now a.m1 control is coming to m1 method. It will execute this one. Now what happens? Printing 1 anil 2 anil for 9 times. Okay, printing for 9 times. Observe the flow here. The flow is very important to understand number of stacks, runtime stacks for threads. Okay, observe. Now this code has been executed. After completing this method execution, control will come back to which part? To this one. Okay, it is coming. This is what? Coming back to this SOP of A1 of 3. This one is very important to us. A1 of 3, you are accessing an element, array element. You are accessing an array element by using index which is not available. Do you have third index here? No, which is undefined activity related code. What is that undefined activity related code? array index out of bounds exception. The flow is very important. Output flow 1 anil, 2 anil, 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 anil. Exception in thread main java.lang dot array index out of bounds exception. What is this? Out of range 3. Okay, out of range 3. Observe this code. Based on this only we can tell that multiple threads will have different runtime stack. Exception in thread main, what is that? Array index out of bounds exception. Okay, this is the output. Okay, now just a minute to compile and execute. Observe, I am going to write one more code there. Okay, before that please try to understand this one. Okay, observe. Okay, now let me take, what is that class? Class A. Okay, take public void static main. Okay, now take one int array a1 equals to new int array of 3. Now create object for class A to access what? M1 method, which is instance method, friends. Okay, M1 method. Now I have taken one variable I equals to 1 while I value is less than equals to 9. Just print what? I variable value with some data. Okay, now observe here. I have taken one exception raising code, right? A1 of 3. Okay, now observe, this third index is not available with this array because array index will always starts with 0 0 1 2. Okay, we are not having third index. Okay, now observe here. Okay, now let me compile this piece of code. Okay, observe, friends, what is the source code name here? Test.java, right? Observe, java c test.java. Okay, compile successfully. What is main method code, friends? Main method class name capital A. Observe here, yes, it is giving exactly our output 1 2 3 9. Exception in thread the main, what is that? Out of range, let it be 3. Observe here, whatever I have put overboard, the same output we are getting. Okay, now observe, this is a single thread application output. Yes, single thread application output. Now I am going for writing the code for 2 threads. More than one thread, what it is? More than one thread, then it is called as multi-thread. Okay, observe. Now take class A1. Okay, take a class A1. How to define a thread, how to define and how to start a thread, that is how to create a thread, how to execute it. For that we have to depend upon some lots of implementations. Okay, internal predefined implementations. For that what we have to do? You have to put extends thread. About this we have discussed at our earlier session. Okay, now take public static void main string array. Okay, now int array a1 equals to new int array of 3. Same code, observe here properly. Now create object for a1 class. Okay, now here what we have to do? We have to override run method. Now take the same code, friends. I equals to 1. Okay, now while of I less than equals to 9, SOP of I plus a nil. Okay, now please wait please wait. We will come for execution analysis part with runtime stacks. Please wait. Okay, observe. Okay, now let me write the code. Now here, start the thread. How to start? Put call start method on this reference variable. It will start the thread. Observe here, from this point to this area, you are having single flow of execution. After this statement call, you are having other second flow of execution. So a flow of execution is what? A thread. A thread means flow of execution. So more than one thread, multi-thread application. Okay, because of this line, what is happening? You created one more thread. That thread will directly call this run method. If you want to know still internal things, please refer how to define the thread concept, okay, as part of these new sessions, okay, so that you can be comfort in it. Okay, now observe. Now observe. Now I'm going to write here exception raising code, undefined activity code, friends. Okay, now I want the output for this one. We have to do analysis for this one by considering execution thing, that is we have to consider we are at runtime position by considering two runtime stacks. Observe here, you have to take two runtime stack. Why? Because this is one thread and this is also one thread. So JVM will maintain two runtime stacks for two threads. Observe here, we have said that it is equal to number of flows of execution at threads. We are proving that one. We know that. How to prove that one means this is the way. Observe. Now there will be one runtime stack for this, let it be T1 thread. Runtime stack for T1. Observe here, and one more runtime stack for think that it is second flow of execution T2. Okay, T1 and T2. Okay, now it will load main method into this stack. Okay, main method, entire code will be loaded, friends. Okay, int a1 of new int array of 3. Okay, now a1 a equals to new a1 constructor, a dot start. Okay, now start method will be loaded. Okay, wait, I will tell. SOP of a1 of 3. Okay, now think that it has executed this one and this one. Now start method will be loading. Okay, now here you are having some logic to create this runtime stack. Okay, now observe, you are having logic to create this runtime stack by our JVM. That's what we are proving. Okay, now what will be the output? Observe here. Observe here. Here I am sure that the output will be 1 anil, 2 anil, 3 anil, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 anil later exception object. This is my weapon to prove this one, friends. Okay, observe. Yes, this one will be the last statement here, because within the single runtime stack this two methods code is loading, whereas here these two methods codes are loading in separate runtime stacks. Okay, now here run method code will be loading. Okay, now while of I less than equals to 9, SOP of I plus plus anil. Okay, this is the run method logic. If you do compile this code and if you do execute this code, I'm sure observe here, I'm sure that you will get output in different ways. You will not get clarity. Please be with me for some few minutes of time. You will get good clarity. Observe here, observe here, you will get 1 anil, 2 anil, 3 anil and exception message 4 anil, like that. You will have zigzag output. You cannot predict that one. Observe here, when this thread is executing this statement, this thread might be executing fourth iteration. Observe, when this statement is executing by this thread, here it might be sixth iteration. It can be anything. After completing this one, this instruction may get execute. Getting this instruction may get execute. Getting, that is the proof. Observe here, that is the proof, friends. After starting thread, what happens? A new runtime stack will get created. Okay, observe the tricky thing. Some of my friends are doing one mistake here, I will tell. Okay, observe. So here you will get what? Zigzag output. It gives the meaning to us, you are having two runtime stacks. Why you are going to have zigzag output means you are having single console. Single console is sharing by two threads here. That's why zigzag outputs. Okay, two runtime stacks were there, two threads were there, two threads are sharing single console. That's why if only one thread, what happens? It will have only one runtime stack. It will share a single console, that is single thread will use single thread will use single console only. Observe, after execution of this instruction, this method, then only control is coming to this one. That's why this is the output, exact damn sure output. But here that is not the case. It will be in different ways. Okay, in different ways. And one small thing, don't put this code here. Okay, if you put before you start the thread, it's useless. You cannot get this one. It is so tricky, so logical. Observe, before starting thread, if you put this one, what happens? There will be abnormal termination. You cannot see this start to execute. First of all, you have to start this thread, then only runtime stack will be created. Observe here, when a thread is started, okay, then only runtime stack will be creating. Okay, then only runtime stack will be creating. Okay, now observe here what I have done. I have taken class A1, which is going to act as what? Child class to the thread. Why? I want to create a thread. Okay, I want to create what? A thread here. Okay, now I have taken one method called static void main method. Within that I have taken one array. Okay, within that I have taken one array and created object for this class. And I'm just want to execute a thread. Observe here, this is what? Defining a thread. Defining means strictly creating a thread. Okay, now because of this statement, I'm going to start or I'm going to execute the thread. Okay, now what happens? A thread will get start. Wait, now I have started the thread and here I have written one undefined activity related code. Okay, and here I have overridden run method. Now I have taken one variable int I equals to 1 and I'm iterating this one till 9 to print this value. Now come, if I do execute this code, what happens? There will be two flows. From this instruction to this instruction, only one flow. From this instruction to this instruction, one flow. After executing this instruction, there will be two flows. From this point onwards, you are having here one flow and here one more flow, new flow, right? This is old flow itself. Okay, in the middle of old flow you are getting a new flow. Getting at the middle of earlier one, you are starting new thread. Okay, observe here. Now for this thread there will be one runtime stack, and for this thread there will be one more runtime stack. When that will create, after I'll tell. Now this method will be loaded within this runtime stack, within the frame or activation record, okay, within the activation record. This one has been executed, this one has been executed. A dot start, a dot start, it will load the start method. Start method is having predefined implementations logics to execute a thread. So whenever the thread is started, execution means starting, at that time only JVM will create runtime stack. Okay, now this runtime stack has been created. Within this run method, second flow is there, right? This flow will load that method, okay, run method. Now it will execute on its own with this method. Okay, now JVM will come back to SOP statement after start method execution finished. What you are having here? An exception raising code. Okay, so here you will have exception getting. Observe here, if I maintain this exception raising code here, what will be the output? Just what is that? Array index out of bounds exception. Only one thread, only one thread, no other threads, and I don't see one anil, two anil. Here if I put this one here, the same thing. If I put this one here also, what will be the output? Exact output. What is that? Array index out of bounds exception, because thread didn't get start. If I maintain this statement here, what happens? What happens? Thread itself not yet started. How can I maintain this runtime stacks, mister? Yes or no? Yes. Here itself abnormal termination, so you have to start the thread. So I have written this code here. If you see output in zigzag way, it gives the sense to us you are having multiple stacks for multiple threads. Okay, just 1 minute to compile and execute. Observe here. Okay, just let me take a class called A1 and take okay, now here take one extends thread. Okay, take one public static void main string aux method. Okay, now let it be as what? Main. Okay, now take one public void run method. Okay, now here create an array A1, right, with size as what? 3. Okay, with size as what, friends? 3. Now create an object for A1 class. What is the meaning of this one? Defining a thread here. Okay, now A dot start. Now internally this one will call run method on this object. If you are having any doubt, please refer defining threads. Okay, this new multi-threading session things. Okay, now observe here, I am taking one variable I equals to 1, while I is less than equals to 9. Okay, system dot out dot println of what is that? What is that? I plus plus, what is this, friends? Anil. Now observe this part, what I am doing here. Okay, now observe this part. Now write one exception rising code here. Okay, what is that? A1 of 3. Okay, the same code whatever I have written overboard. Now come to this part and execute this particular code. What is the source code name here? A1. Okay, A1 dot Java, Java C A1 dot Java. Okay, compile it. 1 second. Yes, I didn't put concatenation operator. Okay, now compiled successfully. Now observe this part, friends. Okay, observe. Now I am going to execute this one. Okay, observe this part carefully. Okay, in zigzag way the output will be. Observe this part. When first thread is printing exception message, the second thread was executing its data. I mean, it is printing its data. Observe here. That's why at A1 main Java 8 different. We are getting what? different outputs. We are getting what? Different outputs. Observe, because of different stacks for different threads. If you want to observe here, if you want to still much idea, if you want much idea on this, once again execute, you will get zigzag outputs only. Observe here. Okay, let me execute once again. Observe here. Okay, observe here. Now here we get some different output. Okay, some different output. Okay, if you want, still execute once again. Okay, now yes, here you have got some different output. Here you are having one Anil, and when this first thread, this thread is printing exception message to us. The meanwhile, the other thread is sharing this console, right? It is printing its data. Now observe here what is happening here. In this case, I called m1 method after object creation. Here I called start method. Method names are differing. After execution of this method, this unwanted or undefined activity code is executing. That's why exception object message is at last. If you want, let me compile this one once again and execute this one once again. Observe even this one also, friends. Observe here. Okay, very important thing. So let me take this code. What is this code? Java A. Observe here. After printing 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, where is that code? Here it is. Observe here. It is what? M1 method, not at all related to threading. I didn't put any extends. Observe here, extends thread, such type of code I didn't put. Getting? So that's why it is giving this output. If you run for 100 times, okay, if you run this for after 25 years also the same thing, guys. Okay, same output. Observe here how many times I'm executing. Now execute this one, you will get different outputs. Observe here you are getting some different output. Okay, observe. So because of multiple runtime stacks for multiple threads, okay, you have to write this code. And one small thing, if you maintain this code here, first of all, no threads. You have created the threads, but no runtime stack created. When runtime stack will get created? After starting the thread, it will get happen. Just let me put this code here and let me execute this one. Okay, observe here. Now directly you will get what? Runtime exception message. What is? Array index out of bounds exception. Okay, now observe here. Comment this one and put that statement here. Okay, observe what is that? A1, right? Compile it and run it. Observe here. Run it once again. Run it for multiple times if you are having doubt. Okay, yes, because thread itself not started. How can I expect that answer? Okay, now observe here. Here you are not having multiple threads, single thread, single runtime stack. Within that runtime stack only this m1 method will be maintained, whereas here two flows of execution. Flow of execution means what? Thread means a flow of execution. Now for multiple threads, multiple runtime stacks. For each and every flow of execution, different runtime stacks. Very specific, very important. Getting? Of course, please try to recap these things once. That's it. You can remember this forever. I'm sure that we are having knowledge, but just we are skipping that one. Okay, now this is what the interview question related to this runtime stacks of multi-threading. Thank you.